Yo, what's up people? You've got the Oracle there, back for a new Legacy Cube Draft event. And you know, it's Tuesday before the release of Oath of the Gatewatch, so I'm quite hyped about that. Um, this weekend I will try to record and upload, pre-release event, sealed and draft. So that's gonna be coming on the channel, stay in touch. And for now, let's just jump into those powerful Legacy Cube Draft pack. So there is Yulamog, which is, kind of my favorite card of this iteration of the Legacy Cube. I had a lot of fun using it with Sneak Attack, um, Through the Breach, Show and Tell, and cards like that. There is the Lantern, which, it's probably the only piece of fixing of the entire cube. I mean, fixing an acceleration. Inquisition is a card that I do like a decent amount. There's a Tropical Island, which is always great, as well as a Resto Angel. Honestly, I'm just gonna take Snapcaster. In my opinion, it's just the strongest card of the pack. If I can wield the Angel, that'd be great, to have some sort of blue-white blinking effect thing going on. That'd be, an interesting draft to make. I've been very impressed by Dragonlord Otujai. Very, very resilient and efficient finisher in control deck. As well as a decent, just creature card if you are playing a more mid-range blue-white control deck with, enter the battlefield effect and base creature basically with maybe opposition or things like that. I think I'm gonna take that. I could take Master of Wave or Dissolve to stay mono blue. I'm not sure that I wanna do that because I think Otucha is just enough better than Master of Wave and Dissolve that I'm fine, taking a pass into another color. Lianora Elf, always good for the Green Ram deck. And yep, that's gonna be a Dragonlord Otujai. Here the spec is much less good and appealing. And I see they changed the, they already changed the mana for the colorless land, which is sweet. So now we got those little sign. Anyway, I think Ancient Tomb might be my pick because I guess Cloudskate is decent, and if I'm playing a deck with blinking effect, it is quite good. This card is a bit like Venser the creature. Both are very good with Venser Planeswalker because you can just bounce something every turn, and that's quite sick. So I think my pick is between the Cloudskate and the Tomb, and I'm unsure. I like both. Tomb is better if I end up with some sort of tempo deck. I guess Cloudskate too. So I mean, both cards are not really for control, but more for a tempo-based deck. I think I like Ancient Tomb more. Not sure about this one. Definitely not an easy pick. Here, I'm quite sure I'm gonna take Geist. Great card. A bit similar like Dragonlord. It's more aggressive and requires you to have some ways to deal with opponent's creature. But that aside, I like my creature to either have an enter the battlefield effect, so you get advantage even if they died, or either to have X-proof, or I mean to be protected in some way with persist or whatever. So Geist is quite great. Pact of Negation could be an option, but I think I just like Geist more, so that's gonna be it. Angel is also nice with Geist because you can attack, get the Angel, and if they block you just blink the guys to not die. That's quite good. Here I think I'm gonna take Remand, create piece of not really removal, but it's great in combo deck. It is also very strong with Snapcaster. If I'm playing blue-white tempo deck, this is just a perfect card. As Teferi, Yosei, and Angel of Serenity are all not extremely appealing. I guess I would take Teferi otherwise, or maybe just the Dragonlord to keep my option open. Here my pick is gonna be Oblivion Ring. I've been extremely unimpressed with Augur of Bolas. Another option could be to take the Recruiter, because now Recruiter can get me both Geist and Snapcaster, and if the Splinter Twin combo is open, that card is gonna be great. And I could end up with a blue, white, red creature-based enter the battlefield effect deck with the Kiki combo. Hmm. On the other hand, I mean, Ring is just a great pick. Very efficient piece of removal. I do like the combo a lot. I guess I'm gonna be greedy and take the Recruiter. That might not work. I might end up not even playing red, but I kind of want to try it. Give it a shot. If the thing is open, that's gonna be great. Um, and if there's not much white, I could also end up blue-red. Anyway, this pack is much less appealing to me. Guess I'm gonna take Looter. Not very thrilled about that pick, but oh well, there's nothing else. Here I'm taking Faith Feather. I like Foundry as a fixer if I end up blue, red, white, but I'm not sure about that. And Faith Feather is just a great piece of removal. Sun Titan is one of my least favorite Titan because it requires you to already have something in the graveyard, which I guess is not too hard, but just not my favorite Titan. My favorite is clearly the black one. Yeah, and anyway, I like Faith Feather a lot. So that's gonna be my pick, and unfortunately the Exalted Angel didn't wheel. And if it had wheel, I could just, get this Recruiter and maybe Kiki Jiki, and I could have done something with that, but it looks like it's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna take Exclude, which is a great counter spell. Here, oh, never mind. Actually, no, Exalted Angel was in the last pack. I didn't miscounted. Master of Wave could be decent if I end up with enough devotion to blue. Yeah, I guess it's more interesting than Dissolve. Unless I end up playing pure control deck. Master of Wave is obviously not great with blinking effect because, your elemental die if you blink it. So not the most appealing. I guess here I'm taking the Kami as a sideboard option. Skullcrack is the most threatening thing, maybe. Not sure. Medium Mortar, very good piece of removal if I end up playing red, which is not extremely likely, but you never know. If I get enough fixing and I get, maybe just Pestermite and Kiki Jiki or Splinter Twin, this might happen. But if we cut the red, we have the start for a very good blue-white deck. That could go either control, I guess, or maybe more tempo based. Since I took Master of Wave over Dissolve, I think this will be more of a creature based tempo deck, but we'll see. Probe is nice, but I think I would definitely take Tamio or Venzer over it, and even Temple of Enlightenment would be a very nice piece of fixing. And here I'm unsure. Most of the time I like Tamio a little bit more if I'm playing control, but I think I actually like Venzer. I took this had I taken Dissolve, I would take Tamio and just go for a control deck, but since I took Master of Wave, I feel like Venzer is just a better pick. I guess Tamio gives you devotion to blue in an equal fashion as Venzer, but yeah, I like Venzer a fair amount. Just gonna take him. And here I'm quite sure that my pick is gonna be Hallowed Fountain. Perfect fixing. I guess Tundra is a little bit better, but it doesn't change a whole lot. Actually, I had seen Meloku, Delta, and Study, which are fine, but I'm not too interested in them. Especially Study, which is more for Reanimator deck. But Delta would be good, but I mean Fountain is just better fixing, and Meloku is, I think I can have better than that. I'd rather take a fixing. But the card I didn't see in the first hand is Pass to Exile. And I think Thor to Plowshare might not be in this iteration of the Legacy Cube. I don't think I saw this card, which makes Pass to Exile even more valuable. And I also have Snapcaster, which means, those cheap removal, instant and sorceries are looking much better. And even though I really want that Fountain, I think I'm gonna take Pass. because it's just a very good card overall, as well as a very good card with Snapcaster. Alright, so here my pick is between Jace and Banishing Light. The fact that I already passed the No-Ring makes me want to take the Banishing Light, but on the other hand, I already have a Face Feather. And Jace is also nice with Master of Wave. I do like having a good amount of removal in my deck, though. And Banishing Light, honestly, that might seem like a weird pick to some people, but I'm actually gonna take Light, especially since I passed the O-Ring. Most of the time, I end up with enough removal in my deck, but lately, especially in this iteration of the Legacy Cube, I've ended up with too many card draw spells and Planeswalker and too few removal. So I'm just gonna, take the Banishing Light for now. I guess Shasm Skulker is decent. Not really my favorite though. Could also take the Pyromancer in case I end up blue, white, red. Right now I have Remand, Mortar's Pass to Exile, Exclude. I'm not sure that I can make this good. The thing is, cards that are good with Pyromancer are also good with Snapcaster, so that's interesting to some extent. And actually I just don't really like either Shasm Skulker or Medic, so yeah, I'm just gonna take Pyromancer. I could also take Chain Lightning, but I think I like Pyromancer more. Here there is a Wrath of God, which, it's good, but since I'm more leaning toward a tempo creature-based deck, I think Miscalculation is just gonna end up better. If I can wheel either Geist, Wrath of God, maybe Emeria, Angel, or Duplicant, I'd be happy, but Miscalc is good. Another card that is great with Pyromancer and Snapcaster. And again, here we have a lot of interesting options. Into the Royal, same thing, good with Pyromancer, Snapcaster. Just good card, I like this kind of effect a lot, it's like repeal. Worst case scenario, you just slow them down and draw a card. Threads is great, but more of a sideboard option. I think I would take Into the Royal over Spell Pierce. Now there is the Fortress, and I already passed a Hallowed Fountain, and I might end up playing 3 colors. I think yeah, I do like Into the Royal a lot, but I think I kind of have to take Fixing now. Even though, it's very tempting to want to pick that Into the Royal. Here, Negate is not my favorite, same with Wake Thrasher and Revoker. I'm just gonna take the Forge. Yep, that's gonna be my pick. And here, I think the choice is between Grandmaster, which is decent. I guess Grandmaster with Remand can be quite annoying for your opponent. With Pass to Exile, it is also pretty good. It is a bit like Young Pyromancer and Snapcaster. It's another card that makes cheap instant sorceries great. The other option would be to take Sour, which is better with Master of Wave. I think I'm just gonna take Grandmaster though. I haven't played a lot with this card, but it's probably quite good. And here we have Probe, which is one of the very good thing to use with Pyromancer, Snapcaster, and Soulfire Grandmaster. Another option could be to take Flamtongue Kavu, very solid creature. Actually, if I'm playing red, I'd rather have FTK than Probe, even though I have those Snapcaster and things. Yeah, I'm just gonna take FTK. Especially if I can get something like Venzer and Blinking Effect, that thing is gonna be great. Brutal Expulsion, very good tempo card, quite perfect. And I think I will end up playing some sort of red in my deck. I need to make my mana base better, but if I can, this is gonna be great. Talrand or Arc Trail? Talrand is just not my favorite. I'm gonna take Arc Trail. This card might not end up in the main deck, but we'll see. I don't really want to face Tran with my creature-based tempo deck. Here I don't really care. I guess Pushwhacker is strong with Master of Wave. Don't think I'll end up doing that. Ire Shaman, not my favorite, but you never know. And I guess right now we have 18 spells, which is a fair amount. I have some decent removal as well as counter spell. What I'm looking for is mostly fixing actually now, because this kind of deck really needs to, be able to play the spell the right turn. So having a good mana base is extremely important, and I don't need that many more spells. I have the good creatures. I think I have a fair amount of removal and disruption between my counter spells and my 3 white removal. And that means that here, Elfpath is very strong in control. I don't think that I'll end up with a high curve. I like this Planeswalker a lot, but I don't think I really want it. Remove Soul is nice, but I have a good amount of counter spell as well as removal. I don't think I need that. So I think my choice is really between Click and Scalding Tarn. And that's tough. Click is not my favorite, but it fits the curve quite well and goes very well with Master of Wave as a devotion to blue card. On the other hand, Scalding Tarn is a great fixer for my deck. I think I still take the Click. That might be a bit greedy, but I think that's gonna be my choice. Unfortunately, here there is no piece of fixing. I'm fine taking Force of Will, but I would have taken any sort of fixing over Force of Will, I think, unless it was a Pain Land. Pain Land are not the best, unless you need the colorless mana, which I guess will happen soon, because of the new mechanics of also of the Gatewatch. But anyway, I'm just gonna take Force of Will. I guess Karmic Guide is decent, but right now I'm playing mostly double blue spell and just a touch of white and a touch of red, so if I can just keep up with no double white and no double red and just a main blue deck, that'd be great. Which is the reason why I will be taking Force of Will over Karmic Guide. That would be good in my deck, I think. The choice here is between Ice and Brainstorm. I'm currently playing no shuffle effect unless I pass to exile my own creatures. Yep, I guess Recruiter is a shuffle effect. That aside, no shuffle effect. But I'd rather play Brainstorm. I think I have a lot of 2-drops. I like Fire and Ice though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take Fire and Ice. I think it's just a better card than Brainstorm for my current deck. Phantasmal Image is a card that I do like a lot. Reveal Arc would be quite strong in my deck. Currently it reanimate 1, 2, 3, 4. It's toughness, no power, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 targets. Misty Forest would be nice if I had a Tundra or something to fetch, but I don't really have that now. Honestly, as sad as it may sound, I feel like I have to take the fixing there. We have, I think, 5 more packs. Actually 4 more packs after this one if I'm not winning any piece of fixing. And I just need my mana base to be good enough. My mana base is not gonna be good enough, I don't think so. But I need to do everything I can to make it decent. Here, Electrolyze is a good pick, and there was basically nothing else. And still no sign of fixing. That's annoying. Quite happy to take Kira here. Very good blue card with creature, as well as a good thing to curve Mastery of Wave into. Yep, just a good pick. I'm just a bit worried about my color issues. I guess I'll take Reflecting Pool here. The thing is, I don't have any double colored spell except for blue, and this means that if I have a few island and pool, that's not gonna be fixing for my white or red. So not the best piece of fixing, but it's better than than everything else. Um, and yeah, it seems like I will not end up with enough fixing, unfortunately. Top is quite awful unless you have a lot of shuffle effect or some very specific synergies like with Time Spiral. Not Time Spiral. Future Sight. Top is very good with Future Sight or Oracle of Moldiah, but that aside, quite unimpressive. I don't think that I'm gonna attack with that many creatures. Actually, I think I'm just gonna take Bouncer. It's a great card. It's gonna replace efficiently my Looter, which is not extremely powerful. Granted, I do not have any interaction with Graveyard. Here I guess remove Soul could be an option, or I could take Stagger Shock for the side. Because right now I have 23 spells, and I don't think I want to cut anything for remove Soul. So my pick is actually no. Maybe I have something I want to cut. And I thought we could get another Flame Tongue Kavu. Unfortunately, the picture is messed up, so it's just a bombardment. And I don't really care about this pack. I'm just gonna take Bloodghast, as it is quite resilient and could be annoying. I guess Bean Fire might be something I wanna do in some matchup. Maybe I can. Maybe I would want to have future sight if I'm playing against a control deck. You know, this is in long term. This is a quite good piece of card advantage. Bone Splitter is decent, but I don't think it's gonna end up great in my deck. I don't want that Phoenix at all. And alright, so Waterfront Bouncer. That thing is good with Snapcaster, with Recruiter. It is decent with Click. It is a non-bow with Kira, because you cannot bounce your thing anymore. It is not particularly good with Master of Wave. It is not really good with Venter. You'd rather just bounce their thing. And it is good with Flame Tongue Kavu. So basically, I think I have Snapcaster and Flame Tongue and Recruiter that are really good with my Waterfront Bouncer. So I might cut it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut that. So this is gonna be the main deck. I like my curve a lot. You know, 17762, great curve. I guess I could almost play 16 land with that curve. The thing is, I have some card advantage tool. On the other hand, I don't really want to get flooded. That's interesting because basically Force of Will doesn't really count as a 5-drop, so basically I'm playing only a 5-drop. Am I greedy? The thing is, I'm playing 3 color. No, I don't think I can afford to play 16 land. So do I want this Tomb? I don't think Tomb is actually great because my curve is so filled between 2 and 4. Accelerating into Master of Wave Venser. Tomb is great, but I don't think it's gonna be great in this particular deck. Just gonna cut it. It is also colorless mana, which I wanna afford. Which I wanna avoid because I'm playing 3 color with very like piece of fixing. So that seems about right. Okay, 4 white means 6 white sources. I'm not counting pools. Pool is not gonna do anything. Sorry about that noise, by the way. Pool is not doing anything if I don't have another white. So I guess this is 6 white, which is a bit light, but could be enough. And 5 red, which is quite light, since I have I have actually more red than white. So I guess I want the same amount, if possible. And this would mean 7 blue. And the pool count for the blue, because I have those double blue, so 8 blue. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be my mana base. Honestly, it's not great at all, but I have a bit more red because of the Temple of Epiphany. So I actually have 6 red. and 6. No, never mind. Uh, yeah, this is, yeah, blue, white, blue. Yeah, actually, I have exactly the same amount of blue and red sources. I mean, red and white sources for 5.5 red spells and 5 and 6 white spell. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I like my deck a lot, as I said. I think it is just a little bit short on mana fixing, but if we have decent draw, things should go well. And I see you guys for round 1. Thank you for watching.